Hello, Scorpio. Scorps. Ooh. I mean, Scorps, that ain't bad. Scorps. Scorpio. I have Scorpio rising, so myself included. I'm like, don't be offended. I don't think you'd be offended. But hello there, how are you? Please subscribe if you haven't. I welcome you. I'm glad you're here. We're going to look at your previous week, see what's happened in your most recent past, and what will occur here in your immediate future, in your most recent future. All right, let's see what's going on for my Scorpios. All right, if this resonates, let me know. Comment. The more you interact with me and my content, the more I pick up on your energies during my general readings. I do daily readings on Instagram, and you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I am 100% responsive to direct messages. So if you don't feel like commenting, but you still want to connect, hit me up in the DMs. And let's dive in. Sweet Scorpio. Ooh, bunch fell out, but I'm not taking all of that. All right, the Death card came out reversed. So major transformation. Scorpio, you are being, it's like this finger is pointing directly at you. Only it's reversed, so that's rebirth. It's beautiful. You're coming out the other side of this end. The end beginning nexus. It is as though something has come full circle for you here. Let's see more. The Four of Swords came out. So after this rebirth process, you are resting. You've had a nice, easy week, potentially. Look, double stamp those sleepy kitty vibes. Ace of Cups reversed. You know where you've been depleted, and you took the time. You took the time in this most recent past. You've taken the time to really take care of yourself, to pour your heart out, where before you kept quiet, potentially. Then the Knight of Pentacles reversed. This is a hard stop. With the Four of Swords there, I see that you needed to do this, and you aren't letting anything detract you from your rest. It's time for you to put yourself first, and you may lash out at those trying to pull you from that effort. Geez. So we have the King of Swords reversed, who sucks. The Emperor, and then the Seven of Pentacles reversed. All right, I'm potentially, like, you have a temper. Potentially, you have a temper. And you are trying to do what you can to make sure. Death is reversed here, and those two symbols. Look at that. So the key to this new beginning is controlling yourself. You aren't happy with the seeds you planted because of this. This is such a good thing. You are taking responsibility for your actions. That's why you've needed to rest, you've needed to recover, and to pour out what's been in this cup in order to fill it with something other than the results of this these temper tantrums or lashing out, this reactivity that has nothing to do with your own truths, your core self has not been represented, and you are changing that. And that is such a good thing. I have goosebumps right now. Scorpio. And if this isn't you, then it's your person. This is what they are walking through. I feel like the majority of my viewers cross-watch. So, and I have no problem with that. Other readers I've noticed are judgmental about that. I don't feel like that's my place to judge. I feel like we are here utilizing these resources in order to better ourselves and our positions in our life. So, you know, and if this is your person, that's a fucking bonus. Pardon my language. And chances are you've been able to positively influence them. And there's been a lot in my readings, my general readings, my daily ones. There's been a lot of karmic retribution being dished out by us, you know, and, you know, it doesn't always feel good to have to hold somebody to account for what they've been doing and their behavior. And sometimes it does, though, especially when you see positive results in the way that you're able to show them a mirror, be like, just take a look at yourself right now, you know, and not with malice, with absolute love in your hearts. That's the only way you can affect positive change, is if you come from that purity. And it looks like you've brought that, and if this is you, no judgment. And when we get to that place, it's taken a lot to get us here. It's taken a lot of really painful stuff to get us here. And that you're in a position to make these changes is divinity at work on planet Earth. You know, this is the most positive thing that can happen to a human. And that's beautiful. Again, I commend you. I commend you. All right, Scorpio, moving ahead. Looking forward for my Scorpios, what do we see? Seven of Pentacles, again, reversed. Let me see it. You still, this resonates all the way through. This is something you will walk with. And it is the catalyst. You don't like the seeds you've planted. You weren't willing to keep sowing this outcome. Nine of Cups, and your prayers will be answered. This Nine of Cups looks like the High Priestess in a lot of other decks, with the black and white pillars. Getting to that space in the middle, that High Priestess space. Look at that, Scorpion. You must be in alignment with your heart and your mind, and it looks like that's the work you've done in the previous week. You continue this work in the next week. Yes, perfect balance with that Nine of Cups. The sun, the moon, that checkerboard pattern is pretty telling as well. The stairs. Fantastic, the Ankh. All right. Six of Swords reversed. A journey's come to an end. That's another nod to the Death card. The rebirth. Things are different. Things are changing. And it's because you've needed them to. And you've set forth. You started that domino effect, you know. Pardon me. All right. Seven of Swords. What are we talking about here? I don't want to declare that to be one thing or another until I see. Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So the 7 came out first. I wonder if it'll show up. I'm just like flipped there. So you could be considering getting a loan. It might not be the best idea. If you are, think it through. Only because this page is reversed. If it were right side up, I would say that you were definitely considering taking out a loan. Maybe you wouldn't even think that that could be an option for you at this point. Finances are always part of the situation. Somebody may also come to you sideways about starting a relationship. They may be like, hey, let's do this, with no real intent to do it. So take that as it may, you know, this is a future reading, so the Ace of Pentacles, again, it's reversed, so more Pentacles, a lot of Pentacles here. It seems to be the theme. You're making tangible changes in your life, and this is what you have to offer. It's got to come from deep within you. Eight of Swords and the Queen of Wands reversed. It looks like, so in coming from this like empowered space where you are resting and taking your time to make these changes in your life or in how you feel about yourself, you in the coming week, and this is okay, you fall back on feeling bad about yourself and self-sabotage. You're like you're subject to this. It's okay. This is part of our tendency, I think. If we've been wounded, if that makes us lash out at others and be untrusting, it takes a lot to change these habits. It takes a lot to change your mind and your brain. These processes are set in the brain. You know, if you have a habit of protecting yourself and not letting people in, that solidifies in your brain as a you know, what is it called? What are they called? As a connection. You know, those things, they turn into a physical connection to dendrites. You know, every time you see somebody who wants to be intimate with you, either with conversation or physically, you know, and you respond by like knee-jerk, like get the hell away from me. That's a little like electrical pulse that exists between two brain connections, you know what I mean? And the more that happens, the more physically permanent it becomes in your brain. But with neuroplasticity, you can change those things. It just takes some time. So be willing to give yourself some grace and some space and some time, and keep going. It looks like you're doing some really hard, difficult work, and I'm here for that. And if this resonates, like I said, hit me up in the DMs. Please comment if you feel so compelled. And thank you for being here. Share it with somebody if you know it would resonate with them. And I'll see you next week.